name is Garrett Taylor, and this is my final project. The problem I was attempting to solve is number one, the gas prices, and number two, the environmental impact of automobiles today.
Okay, so the system gets a little complex, but we'll break it down into a few different parts. This is how the oxygen and the hydrogen is actually produced. By placing a battery in water, we separate the oxygen at the anode and the hydrogen at the cathode. If you run a membrane right down the center, you can actually keep the two separate. However, the downside is you lose a little bit of the speed because now electricity can't flow unless you have a soft membrane of some sort, which I do not. But it prevents us from creating HHO gas, which is extremely volatile. And you can see right here, actually, the hydrogen is being produced on those plates, but it's very, very slow. Okay, once the hydrogen is being produced through this part of the cell, it will run through a normally open solenoid into the inflatable tank. Once this tank inflates to a certain height, it presses a switch, which in turn actually closes our solenoid, opens this solenoid over here, and turns on this compressor. After 7 seconds, which is the time I have preset right now, that solenoid will actually shut back off to prevent the backflow of hydrogen. This solenoid will then open back up, once again allowing that hydrogen to fill the inflatable tank. This is a brief wiring diagram combined with a functionality. Here you can see the inflating tank switch that's being pressed by that tank. We have a couple relays, one here, one here. We have the compressor with a capacitor that actually allows both of those coils to run. And then we also have a buzzer, a reset button, and then a pressure sensor, which all work together. If it hits a certain pressure, it will shut down the device. Okay, now we know what's going on. Let's go take another look. Alright, we'll power it up. And we can go ahead and input our time right here, 22 minutes. There you go. Hydrogen is now being produced. So for the sake of time and for this video, I will be simulating that by blowing into this and inflating that cell. So just to wrap up, this project has been an incredible amount of work, but it's been a ton of fun, and I highly recommend it to anybody that is interested and curious about hydrogen. Honestly, I've learned everything I know about it from YouTube, but just make sure you're extremely careful. Hydrogen is extremely dangerous.